Palmer.
Salah. Oh, wow.
Huge shot. It's given straight away. Yet again fails.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Dugout Podcast. I am your co-host Andrew. I'm joined alongside my fellow co-host Marissa.
Hi.
I'm sorry that I must apologize that we did not start
I
recording.
know you're not going to do this, you know.
About 5 minutes earlier,
You're so predictable.
so that you can see Marissa ranting and raving. You want to continue?
No,
But
because you're
but
so
you know
predictable.
What? You know what? The thing is right. Her reaction suggests that I'm actually correct. You know
You're
what I'm
as
saying?
predictable
couldn't
as a
even-
late Liverpool winner.
Thank you so much. Long may it continue. You can't ruffle these feathers. But anyhow, listen. I introduce the floor after I introduce the first
floor?
segment. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't talking about that first, but you can
The
take
first
over that. I can
segment-
just replay.
I thought it's a team platform.
Not for the
a
first
team game.
point.
All right, anyhow. The first topic of discussion for this evening is Man Utd victory over Chelsea at the weekend. Now the question that I posed was whether or not, Amorim, Man Utd can build on that positive result. God knows that they needed it. And God knows, the Lord don't come, but He's saying. I believe that whole Amorim feel. Because the saying Chelsea, none other than Chelsea, and Marissa's right. Because I actually predicted that Chelsea would nick a victory here. I thought the game would be cagey. Thought Chelsea would get a late goal in a minute, probably. Because, for me, Chelsea has more quality. But I guess Chelsea was given early Christmas presents in the form of Robert Sanchez and some bad decisions that they made. But you went down to Old Trafford, right? Defeat, 2-1 defeat, right?
Must see.
I don't really like this energy at all.
I mean, I thought it would have been a better move by now because it's Tuesday. The game was like 4 days ago. I still upset.
I see.
Anyways.
So you want to talk about the game?
Not really.
Really?
You got to answer a question. You pose a question, so you should answer it.
Okay. The question was, can Man Utd build on this performance, on this win?
Performance? See? Look, you do that for purpose just to trigger me there.
I'm trying to set the stage for you.
Performance. What performance? Man Utd were garbage. In fact, if my manager didn't have a total meltdown, I would have probably backed Chelsea to look. Let me start from the beginning. Because, you see, this is what's happened when you
We ready?
fall for the traps of the enemy. Because that's what you are right now. Chelsea started the game poorly. As we always do at Old Trafford. Nothing shocker there. What do you do when you start a game poorly? You just ride the wave. Not come barreling out, taking out Man as the last man. Let the man score. It's Man United. You will get back into the game. You got Harry Maguire, Matthias Delay, and Luke Shaw in the back three, and you seriously don't fancy your team to get back in the game? Let the man chop a goal and score. You leave us short-handed immediately, not 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes into game, 4 minutes, and you get a straight red? Then from there, you make one substitution to Brown goalkeeper fine. Then you get take off Pedro Neto. So that when we eventually finally got possession, we always had to pause, hold up the ball, because there's nobody to offer pace to run in behind. Against Man United slow centre backs. Come on. It was like I don't know if he panicked. I don't know what. I tried to understand the substitution in the moment. I said, all right, he's just trying to shore up the defense. You try to shore up the defense and they still get battered for the next 10, 15 minutes with 3 centre backs back there. It's like, I just don't understand what is it about going to leaky Old Trafford that is meant Chelsea just stoop to these men level. I think we should have had a penalty in the first half, but I ain't.
For what instant?
João Pedro. I think it was Mazraoui.
Oh yeah.
And to me, was it even looked at? Because when I saw it, obviously, at this point I'm watching the game without commentary because I can't at this point. I'm like, but Mazzari is nowhere near the ball. How is that not a penalty? But anyways, I ain't here to talk about the referee. I here to talk about Chelsea. Okay. Casemiro gets sent off. I think we dominated possession from then on. But what did we create? Nothing. Bernander had a save to make. Bienda or whatever it is, however it's called, he had a save to make. No. First shot on target, what happened? Back of the net. After that, nothing. I really felt, even with 10v10, that Chelsea could have gotten back in it. But the team did not show the response I was expecting. And I think, I cannot tell you for the life of me what it's down to. I don't want to judge the Cole Palmer substitution. I know he's been struggling of late with injury. That could be the case. Who knows? I know the manager came up with some comments saying that he struggled a bit with growing injury and they got to see how they can manage it. Fine. But you left us with a back five essentially and 3 midfielders because Andre Santos came on and 1 forward. Make that make sense. So I was really disappointed. So that's why when I say Man United did nothing. Yeah, they battered us, but they battered us by swinging corners, and Man United didn't create a lot of chances either. In fact, Man United were quite poor and got very lucky with a red card and poor tactics from Chelsea. And this is not me. I will give the opposition credit where credit is due. Last year we went to Old Trafford. 100% they battered us. Mm-hmm. But I cannot say that, this is a performance for them to build on, because who they got at the weekend? Brentford away. I expect them to get beat because it's Man United. Like 10v10, we were dominated possession. They didn't create anything either. So I'm just like, why do we always go into these? And you know what is giving me deja vu of? When we went to the Emirates when Arteta was under pressure last season. I think it was his first or second season. Mm-hmm. And then Battery. And then from there, it was a turning point for Arsenal. This reminds me of that, We just always go to these size rivals when they're in poor moments and then be like, Christmas come early, here you go. Here's 3 points for you. So I just find myself so frustrated. I thought I had recovered, but then the performance against Lincoln today didn't really help. Mm-hmm. So then you had a bad result versus Brentford and not a great performance. A bad result against Bayern Munich. Performance wasn't bad, but still a bad result. Horrendous result against Man United. And then another horrendous performance tonight. Like, this has been the worst week of the season so far. I mean, it's only 5 weeks in, but still. So I'm very frustrated. So my answer is no. I don't think Man United can build on this. They didn't show me any significant positives in this game to make me think, yeah, Amorim turned a corner. To me, they got very lucky. That's my point of view.
Okay. I appreciate that.
So sick of this man here.
No, what have I done? All I did was ask a question.
Win 5-5, playing poorly and still 5 points ahead of everybody else. That's what you do.
I won't go as far as to say playing poorly, but...
Yeah, playing great. Imagine what happens when y'all start to play well.
Well...
God help the league.
I already know I prefer to live in the moment. So I'm looking too far ahead. Won't get mad time. Yeah. But that being said, because all I do is ask a question, people. But But that being said, my assessment of the game, I think obviously, like you said, you go off to a very, very bad start with the shoddy defending goalkeeper error / I mean, I think that Robert Sanchez, when you look at the player who was running onto the ball in Brian Mbomo, that's his name, right? Unless you have a great starting position, which obviously didn't, you are not favourite for that ball. And I believe that so early in the game. Yeah, I mean, I would think it was a challenge that he needed to commit to.
Not to interrupt you, I just had a flashback to when it happened. And I said to I was literally saying, do not do it. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, poor start, you're not favourites for that ball. Why?
So,
continue.
It really put you on the back foot, like you said. And then I honestly think that, yes, he made change for Palmer, and I think he made like 2 other changes in the first half as well. So it definitely looked like Maresca decided that, okay, we're going to try to contain Man United as long as possible. That's how it looked like on paper when he
Mm-hmm.
made changes, because there were more defensive changes than anything else, and it really took away your
Attacking
your
outlets.
threat. Yeah, exactly, your threat. And even if you're done with 10 men, I believe that you still need to retain some form of punch to at least give the opposing team something to worry about. Yeah, exactly. And, you still got to carry the capacity to give him a nosebleed from time to time.
Exactly.
He took that away. But I agree with you actually. I don't think Man U played especially well. I think it was just a case where, and to me, Man U only dominated the possession and the ball after that because they had the man advantage. So the confidence was high, the crowd was up, and they were encouraged as a result. Got the 2 goals, and I think the first goal to me was scrappy. Second goal wasn't much better.
Second goal was awful. Like, what is that defending? What is that defending? Can't believe you just remember that. But anyway, let's continue.
But what I would say about Chelsea, though, as I said from the start of the season, my position was I do like your team as a attacking option or attacking force more so than a defensive one, because I always felt that I've always maintained that the certain elements of the back line and including the goalkeeper will be a challenge this season in terms of you guys getting over in line or at least going all the way for the biggest prizes. I would defend Mario a little bit though, because like you said, when Casemiro got sent off for the poor decision on his part, my worry to know. So at that point in time, it's 10 every time, because you have the ball. And I mean, I don't need to go score again. I just got to make sure I don't concede too. So that might have been in mindset to a certain degree. Really then decided to concede possession. And like you said, you didn't really do much with it as you should have. That could have been down to the fact that, again, a lot of your attacking players or impetus was already withdrawn. But yeah, disappointing result for Chelsea. But to answer the primary question, can United build on this result? I think you have to wait and see. I like you, I would not be surprised if they got a bad result at the weekend against Brentford. I know I'll be up watching it. And then
When is it?
Saturday, that's your
Early
kickoff
kickoff?
on Saturday, yes.
You're sleeping in.
And then the following weekend they play
Sunderland.
Sunderland away. And I think the game right after the international break will be at Liverpool. I can't remember if it's home or away. But Liverpool after the national break. But what I would say to answer put a full stop on this particular segment is that it is an opportunity, because Brentford away, Sunderland at home are 2 games that, if they have any desire of climbing the table and maybe being amongst the European discussion for places and stuff like that, those are 2 games that they definitely need to be targeting 6 points from.
True. I agree.
So it's an opportunity
Definitely an
rather
opportunity.
than like a definitive yes they can build on this.
I agree. What
So
a fair, level-headed assessment.
yes, but that's because my team was not involved, so I'm not emotionally invested. I guess that's why.
Understood.
And I already had my laughs, not at your expense. I told Christopher about himself, because I think
I'm glad that he's been the one you message after moments.
he's come out interfere with me.
Oh, okay.
Because what happened, right, was that as you know, I played Derby on Saturday. I won the game. He sent me a whole long spew. Oh, you get lucky this and you get lucky that. And I said to him, because before that in Chambersy, maybe he was telling me about Atletico as well. I know you all lost a Bayern. I didn't watch your game, but I said to him, my man, we don't mind your own team and mind your own affairs. I saw it left me. You don't realize what's happened when you come and tell me about Liverpool. So I had some choice words for him the next day. Because he didn't call me after. I had to go seek him out, right? Anyhow, sticking on Chelsea, sticking on your manager and meltdowns. He had some very, very interesting comments about 2 players earlier in the week, actually before the game, about 2 players who he has left out, and what is being called the bomb squad. Funny enough, right? This is something that I really should have talked about earlier, because a colleague of mine, who is not a football fan, actually asked me about it, and she was asking me if it was like racially motivated. I said, I don't think so. I guess because I guess to her, like, oh well, these 2 players are training away from the first team by themselves. They can't, because honestly, normally even if a a first team player isn't involved in the first team plans, they will normally go and trim the reserves. They will still play with the under 23s, for example, or the reserve when they got fixtures and stuff like that. Yeah, and to have the guys can't use any of the first team facilities, which means they're exempted from meals, stuff like that, bathroom facilities, whatever the case would be. It's a little bit unusual, a little bit harsh, some might say, but just to mention what Enzo Maresca's comments were, he made a very interesting analogy where he said that, what Sterling and Axel Diaz are going through is not hard. And he recalled his father's situation as a fisherman who worked from, said it was 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. the next day, that is hard. And I understand what he means in terms of, different jobs have more like strenuous tasks, but I don't know if it was the best analogy to use. And yeah, for me, I think it is. I'm not sure what the vibe is in terms of Sterling and Diassi. Go ahead.
Yes, he said that, but he also went on to say he also understands the challenge of being a footballer and wanting to play. So he also understood that it's a challenging situation. So I ain't exactly sure why everybody just running with the fisherman comments, because he did acknowledge later on, from what I read, that that the situation would be challenging for any footballer that wants to play football.
He mentioned, okay, so this is what he said. No, he's a liar. Because this is what he said, right?
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he said that, like you said, the situation is challenging for any footballer. He also went on to say that he can relate because he's been in similar situations where he hasn't been playing. Cool. And he said that this happens at other clubs, not only in England and Italy, call all the other big European leagues, for example. Like we just said, like I just mentioned, it's highly unusual for players, but especially when they haven't apparently done anything wrong in terms of disciplinary reasons, to be banished from the first team completely. And when it's the first team, not only banished from first team, but not even allowed to train the younger players, the reserves and the under 23s or under 21s or under 18s. And training by themselves on a separate pitch, because it's not even the same pitch that the first team is used. A separate pitch. That is that's a little bit to me a little bit unusual, a little bit extreme, whatever terminology you want to use. And if Maresca, my estimation though, honestly, right, this might issue the fisherman comment though before I get there. But it's uncalled for. And what's the relevance? One is a footballer and one's a fisherman. Nobody is saying that.
He's trying to say
one
that
job
there are
harder
other
than
things
next.
that are. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but it's not appropriate. Ain't got nothing to do with the price of milk in this circumstance. And the second thing I can tell you, as well, and yes, some people will be critical of players and say, well, maybe players didn't budge on certain things in terms of finding a club over the summer. All that may be true. But the next thing I would say about that situation is if he has experience since he was a foreign player, and he knows how difficult it is to play. Oh goodness gracious, he ain't playing. But you can't train with anybody at all either. So you're making it harder.
Right. So first of all, where was, of course, I had none as good to say about he for the first segment, but I can defend you here.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, where was all this? My thing is, right, is that all you gotta do is stick Chelsea name on something, and it just blow up. Where was all this furor when Man Utd have 5 players in the same exact boat in the summer? When preseason start back, Maresca, Anthony, Sancho, Rashford, and Garnacho was in the same thing. You have cases where the manager going through one entrance, then coming through another entrance. Similar situation. What was all this uproar then? Where was all this uproar then?
First, was that reported that the players were not even training with the
Yes, it was.
I was not aware. I know he told them to find another club, right?
And they weren't training with the first team either.
Yeah, but it's not about training with the first team.
They were training by themselves. They were training alone.
Before any other boy, before on the 18s, before on the 23s. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So where was all this uproar then? Secondly, let me bring it back, cause let me go from a personal standpoint. Your boss come to you. First of all, both of these players weren't even at Chelsea for the last year.
Certainly last year, they asked me on loan in January.
Right.
Go ahead.
Good. No, you in a job. You boss tell you are not in my plans. Find a club. Right? You cannot make every effort you can not to find a club. You know, hold on. You know very well that you were not part of Chelsea's teams. You were, and like you was, remember the season where Sterling went on loan to Arsenal? We had a conversation on the timing of that. How soon, close to the season that was done. They saying that they were told long in advance. Sterling's situation, I have a lot of sympathy for, because the man got 4 young children, settled in school in London. He wants to stay in London. The deal with Fulham didn't go through. Fine. But no other London clubs that you could have a little chat with for a whole summer. The whole summer, these players knew, and they weren't the only players in the bomb squad. They knew they had to find a solution, and none of the solutions were right for them. And granted, that is their decision. I'm not one of these fans that's be like, my club tell you get out. No, as a player, you gotta find a solution that is favorable for you and your family and your career. However, you know good enough was the situation though. So that's where my sympathy stops. You knew that you were also favored, so you should have done everything you can in your power to find a club. It's my same situation with Garnacho. I was actually hoping Chelsea would have buy Garnacho for many reasons. But if the simple fact is, Minor had tell he to find another club. He there rejecting everybody left, right, and side, talk about he only want to go to Chelsea, only want to go to Chelsea, only want to go to Chelsea. Chelsea, but he what, in last week of the window? What if Chelsea didn't come in? What would he have done?
First, right? See, that's an unfair comparison, man.
Why is it?
Here's why. Because Garnacho was saying he only wanted Chelsea, because Garnacho knew that Chelsea was interested. He's not going to just say that off he thought.
But he had other interested clubs too that he
understand
rejected.
I understand that, but as it's my job, right? You just say it's a job. So if it's a job, I have the right to choose which club I want, though.
Fair.
Good. So if Garnacho said that he only won Chelsea, and he would have to been aware, or he would have been aware of Chelsea's interests, and he knew that Chelsea was coming. Right? It's almost most players know about things in the background before it's made known. He knew that Chelsea was coming. All right, and he would have been confident. Obviously, even like I even believe honestly that Rashford knew that Barca was coming out at some stage too.
Probably because he kept talking about
from January. Exactly.
True.
He knew that if things fall into place, this is a likely destination. All right, good. The reason that I don't have an issue with you saying the guys were told from the beginning or early on to find another club. That is true. They were told, they were informed to find another club. There weren't any plans. Cool, all that's good. But I remember a certain manager, I'm not going to call his name because they're going to tell me that I've been biased, right? But I remember a certain manager said,
already give it
well, you guess. But a manager that was at top level once upon a time said that even when a player's surplus requirements or what's not, it's not just about the football, it's about the human being. You can't just like shove people to the side like that. Honestly, when you say the onus is on the players, the responsibility is also to the club to find a solution to help the players a little bit.
We did.
Not hard enough, obviously.
Disasi and Sterling
preferred to move
many
back to
options.
France. But Disasi wanted to go back home from what I read.
But nobody want he back home.
That might be a reason. I think that might be a reason. Maybe the wages are too high. Who knows? But there might be a reason that nobody will want him. But did you all do anything beyond the pill to help him? In Sterling's situation, I understand if I'm doing it. I understand that wasn't about wages because apparently wages weren't a problem. Apparently the clubs can agree terms. That might have been in terms of how the payment was structured. Who knows, right? But all right, Fulham may work out. You said you mean to tell me that any other London clubs, did Chelsea reach out to any other clubs to offer Sterling?
But that's the thing. Do we know?
We don't. But what you're saying, like
but
a
you're
blind
trying
statement.
to. Are you trying to villainize the club, making it seem as
villainizing the club?
You are.
I thought we were taking manager.
There is nothing wrong with.
He made insensitive comments, Marissa.
Insensitive comments.
Yes,
How was it insensitive? He acknowledged the challenge of what they were going through, but also acknowledged that there are much harder things in life. What he said wasn't wrong. And
What he said was not relevant. And again, if you acknowledge that this can be a tough pill to swallow for players and stuff like that, why aren't you doing things to make it a bit more amenable for the players as long as they're at your club? So, for example, where they can't train with the under 18s,
because they want to sell people. You know, we've done that in the past, though. We have allowed players to train with the under 18s and the under 23s, and they saw people at your club.
Maybe,
And they
but
will?
that's to say that Sterling and Diaz would do that too.
Wait, what was the question you said?
You said you've
That
done
we've
it
done
in
it
past,
past,
but you said so the ones sour people. That's more.
That's my
the same thing.
assumption.
That's my assumption too. But I'm saying what's the evidence to prove that they would have
I
done
don't
that?
know. I don't know what, but that's my thing. We just don't know. We just don't know. What this whole situation highlights to me
Is
the fact.
Is like
that-
certain clubs get better publicity than you?
No, I you know my stance on that already. What the situation highlights to me is both a club and a player need to look after themselves. Plain and simple. It's a similar thing with, no, the situation isn't the same. But I join that comparison because look at Isak. I firmly believe that Newcastle, no matter what they said, I firmly believe that they told him that he could leave. I firmly believe that they told him he could leave. Because Isak was not kicking up no dust until that first Liverpool bid was rejected, I believe. He wasn't like throwing fits, throwing tantrums, nothing at all. Players need to stop going on these gentleman agreements. Players need to prioritize themselves, and clubs need to prioritize themselves. Because at the end of the day, as much as we are fans and we love the beautiful game, football is a business. Look out for yourself.
Okay.
Look out for your own interests. Because don't expect the club that all about money to look after you. And players and clubs don't expect players to be loyal to you. That's just what I gather from these situations. And it's not only this Chelsea situation. I look at Gyökeres at Sporting. Sporting was good to he. Then he started throwing his toys out. He probably talked about he didn't want to play for Sporting ever again because he felt they had a gentleman's agreement. Stop with this foolishness. Choose what's best for your career. Clubs, choose what's best in the interest of your club. That's where I stand.
I want to touch on that Isak thing you mentioned though. Yeah, that was like just like that. Isak told Newcastle from March that he.
That's what I said. That's why I agree with
He
you.
said on his first bid for Liverpool didn't come until December.
No. I said he didn't kick up. He didn't throw tantrums. No, let me rephrase.
Yeah, rephrase.
I believe that when Isak told Newcastle that he wants to leave, that they said he could leave. Which is why when his season done, he wasn't throwing tantrums, oh, I want to leave at Newcastle and won't let me go. He started kicking up dust when the bid was rejected because he was under the impression, but I could leave. So that's what I am saying, that he was under the impression that Newcastle were going to honor what they told him, and then Newcastle come out talking about, oh no, they never told him that. So my thing is that forget about loyalty and all this. At the end of the day, clubs can choose what's in their best interest.
Again,
And players should choose what's in their best interest.
Yeah, but again, to me, there's still a slight misrepresentation there because I don't think that was a promise that was broken. about leaving.
But I still defended Isak, so I don't know what's your problem.
My promise is true, but that was not necessarily a promise that was broken though. But anyhow, because the promise that was broken was about the new contract he was supposed to get. But anyway,
Yeah, but I'm sure they also told him he could leave too.
yeah, but I feel like, yeah, you would tell a man you can leave once you get a suitable offer. Nobody don't left out the suitable offer part. You get a suitable offer. No, was a suitable offer for
he thought
Newcastle.
100 million was
And
suitable.
what happened? No, he was just in a hurry. He just wanted to get done and dust and get out the door. But there's no way in this economic climate that Isak could tell himself that 100 million, unless Newcastle need to honor PSR rules or something, 100 million could be a suitable offer. And Newcastle's right, and this is a Liverpool fan, Newcastle's right to try to milk whatever they get with Liverpool to get
agree.
for him. Right? That was their right, especially when he had 3 years in contract.
I agree.
All right, though. So the next topic is Arsenal City had a draw at the weekend as well, which obviously benefited Liverpool. Arsenal sit 5 points behind. City sit 8 points behind, I believe. So
That's why City got. You say my Chelsea yet?
I think City got 7. Yeah, 7. No, 7.
Okay.
7. I believe it's 7. So
Wolves. Who else in beat for season? The draw were
they beat
Arsenal.
United and they beat it.
Right, United, yeah, that's it,
Probably beat it. They beat United.
Well, they did beat them,
Yeah, sorry, my bad. We don't beat it. Anyway,
but they did.
right, defeated United, defeated who is it?
Wolves,
right. And then they had the 2
Draw,
defeats to
Yeah, so 7.
Spurs and who did they beat them?
Brighton.
All right, so I started the season. I guess most people would have said that Arsenal City would have been Liverpool's closest challengers for the title.
Because I went, where did I go? I think I went Liverpool, Arsenal
City, yeah.
And you went Liverpool City Arsenal? Okay.
Right, so I know only 5 games have passed, but how do you see this title race shaping up? Or I'm really not title race, but how do you see Arsenal City shaping up? Do you believe that any of them, because the pundits like Gary Neville and company think that Arsenal, and this is rhetoric I've heard, and it's kind of annoying me a little bit. Arsenal have had such a great team, and they have depth, and they have all sort of quality, and they've got some of the best players in the Premier League. And they say to myself, which Arsenal am I watching? Arsenal got a few good players. I mean, this is gonna mean like players that were getting other people's team. Saliba, give me he. Gabriel on a good day, cool. I'll take he too. Anybody else I like from Arsenal that will walk in somebody's side?
Saka.
Maybe Declan.
And Saka.
And Saka, right? And Bukayo. Good. That's 4. And again, like you said, Gabriel on a good day because he could be touch and go. But I wouldn't necessarily think that Arsenal, because the other players that making up the score for Arsenal, to me is helping hands. I mean, really like Jeremy. I don't know. I just don't like this rhetoric that Arsenal got such a good team. Because they're improving it.
Arsenal and Liverpool are media darlings, but continue.
I know what you're talking about.
Y'all will always be glazed no matter what. Arsenal could play like piss and get glazed, in my personal opinion. Because I think Carragher actually was one to call them out about Arteta's tactics in big games. So that to me is the most like, and I've heard some of their more reasonable fans say, it's like people are so enamored with where Arsenal have come from to where they are now that they don't look at being critical of them now. And where I stand is, I disagree with you slightly. I think they have a good squad. They have better depth. Like, for instance, when Saliba got taken off against Liverpool with injury, you would see somebody like Kyrior or Holding.
But Kyrior wasn't bad. Holding, yes, Wangida, but
right.
Kyrior wasn't bad.
But now you have a quality player like Maresca coming in and performing excellently. That's an example of how far the squad has come.
Keep going. But actually, before you go, right? I get you. Nah, you can't get me with this.
They have a decent squad. They do.
Listen, right? They got a difference between you got a squad depth, right? You can't have squad depth. Everybody needs squad
but not
depth.
squad
actually.
depth quality. I understand.
Right, but they got a difference between quality and quantity. Well, Christmas.
I understand.
How many defenders Arsenal got? Arsenal in the damn squad depth in terms of defenders.
Fair.
Give me a different example. When you look
Okay.
up the pitch, where's the squad depth? Where's squad depth?
Okay, so you got
guys?
Odegaard, and you got Wanyeri and Eze for that position, who can also play away sometimes. You got Saka.
Ethan Wanyeri?
He's a decent little
A
prospect.
prospect. Oh, Creek Allen. I mean, he come in with a prospect, but he's a prospect, Marissa.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna give you guys the evidence.
Eze and Odegaard.
All right,
Isn't that good? Okay.
No.
Let me go to Saka.
I think the last 18 months with the guard ain't looking at yourself though, but go on.
True, that's fair, but he's still a quality player.
Show it.
You cannot defeat.
Last, I said 18 months. I said 12. I said 6 or 3.
You cannot defeat the prospect argument and then talk about but the quality player isn't in form. I am showing you
but
the quality
he hasn't been
player.
for 18 months though. He hasn't been for 18 months though. But keep going. He hasn't been performing for 18 months. Keep
I
going.
know this one ain't real you, but you got Saka. And you have Madueke, who has Ikalan, who has started
right.
well.
What was the boy said that was not playing? Somebody said that on TV before recently.
I can't remember.
Oh Lord, I keep lying playing, man.
He has. I do not believe that Madueke is going to be showing this level of performance consistently across a 38-game season, which is one of the reasons Chelsea were so happy to part with him. If many people remember, Madueke started last season like a house on fire, hat-trick against Wolves and all sorts of nonsense, and then tapered off. So I am not going to get carried away like how Neville's like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting him to be. I'm not going to get carried away. But for right now, that is decent squad depth for Saka, who didn't really have any last season. Up front, I can't see the squad depth because there's only Gyökeres. Havertz and Jesus both injured. On the left, you got Trossard and Martinelli. Left? Right. It's decent. It is decent.
Is it enough to win title?
I do not believe so. That's why I had them second. But it is decent.
But what we're talking about is what we're talking about is narrative that Arsenal have a good enough squad to win. I don't think so. That's what I say. I ain't saying they got a bad squad. I don't think it's good enough to win.
Do Arsenal have a good enough squad to win a title? Yes.
Okay, fair enough. And the performances haven't been good either for the last.
That is because of the manager.
seasons.
Which
It
I
don't
give
matter
them
because
to.
they're playing good. They're playing good.
But why aren't they playing good?
I don't know.
Are they not playing good because they're not good players?
In big games, no. Well, I think that they don't got as good a player as people think they got. But in big games, yes, the manager has been negative with his selection. I even said it when he might play Liverpool in third game.
But even that we can understand. You're going away at Anfield, but you're home against a against a Man City side that you thumped at home 5-1 last season, and that have defensive frailties that Spurs and Brighton both exploited, and you get rock up with that midfield again.
All right, wait. Let's put everything in context here, right? Come on, let's put everything in context. Let's put me slow down.
Yeah, you can't know. Deep breath.
Actually, I'm actually not upset because Marissa's accused me of being upset a lot. I'm not upset, but just trying to get my thoughts together. You're going to beat Anfield, and I was the person I mentioned that the record at Anfield is very hard. It's very, very bad. But at the same time, this was Liverpool team that everybody was saying are defensively vulnerable.
Yes, but we both agreed, Andrew, that we wouldn't have gone with that midfield, that he rock up there to get a point. We both said that, but at least that is more understandable in my view.
All right. City have been champions 4 times in the last 6 seasons, right?
Fair.
Good.
But are playing poorly and are vulnerable. They are. You can't
City
say
a little bit vulnerable, but I won't go far. City playing poorly. Where you get from?
Okay, let me go with they're vulnerable. They're vulnerable and they're there for the taking.
They're not strong as normal, but they're for taking again is to me is a bit of a stretch. City's still a competitive team that could actually get on a winning run. City could still challenge.
I agree with you, but but
it's not. Wait, what do you think? It's not. Don't look at it as in like the men play City and they should have gone at City because they're vulnerable. Look at it from the standpoint of, do you want to win the league? If you want to win the league and until the road comes to your home, you should get 3 points. Exactly. So regardless of whether state City in, and even though the beat City, you was like, the beat City 5-1 last year, but that was unexpected. I didn't expect that. I'm more sure I predicted that game.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, nobody would expect that, right? That's like saying, for example, I went to Old Trafford and I beat United 5-0. That means that every time I got Old Trafford, I can come gun who or whatever gets me because United. No, I beat them away at Trafford.
No, I mean Arsenal. They're at home. And like them going away to the Etihad, they're at home. The onus is on them if they're telling themselves that they're gonna not finish second 4 times in a row to try to win the game. I don't think they did enough to try to win the game.
Well, no, sorry, I ain't dismissing you, right? When I said they ain't doing enough, what are we expecting Arsenal to do? Remember Arsenal had 14 draws last season, right? Because the reason that Arsenal thing is like there's not 20 years ago. Coincidentally, that's the last time being titled. But it's not 20 years ago.
Exactly. Has it been exactly 20 years?
Yeah, it'll be 21st season.
Oh, okay.
That would have been 2004. But Arsenal went invincible. I can't remember the exact record off the top of my head. They didn't lose a game. But
they drew a lot.
They
drew a lot, yeah.
Back then, you could have got away with that.
Not in this era.
This era with Pep and before Klopp, whatever the case would be, have made it that
a draw almost like a
draw
loss.
is almost like a defeat, right? So Arsenal task is really to change or to really diminish those 14 draws and make it a single digit number, right? Maybe 4 or 5 draws maximum. Here's the problem with Arsenal, and this is the problem when you all tell me they go against a squad to win league. I ain't seeing it. They go against a squad to avoid getting beat, but I ain't see it as though they go against a squad to win a league because I ain't seeing the chance creation, genuine quality. I saw it from them the first year when they get in the position, and that was unexpected. That was almost like a claim, and it was like okay.
Almost like
a
underdog kind of thing. So they're just playing without fear, no pressure, no what's the word? Expectations.
Correct. Right. No, so like I agree the squad is getting enough a chance, but I wouldn't. If I put Arsenal squad man for man against Liverpool and Cities, maybe say no to a certain degree, but I never thought our Arsenal squad was like better than Liverpool's. I actually never thought that. I never felt that.
You know what? That just gave me an idea. For your next international break, if we have a podcast, I actually want to do that.
Okay.
I want to put these 3 squads against each other because I will argue this. I don't think last year y'all had a squad that everybody would think will win the league either. Especially depth-wise. Yes, you got a fantastic spine. Alisson, Van Dijk, Konate, Gravenberch, Salah. But other than that, I mean, I wouldn't call Gravenberch, right? Because Gravenberch was a starter until last year.
And
But to me, I don't think anybody was looking at Liverpool's squad and be like, yeah, this team game, this. I know you believe that y'all would have challenged.
Yeah. But I think what people looking at changing manager. You changing manager meant Liverpool wouldn't figure. Because what people forget is that I keep on saying the year before, you can't really say that because the year before Liverpool went 3-4 games away from winning. It was only the last 3-4 games that Liverpool fell off. So there was any race up until the last. But people was going like, oh, Liverpool can turn and end up finish 7 points behind. But not because they dropped off the last 4 games.
Right.
It wasn't like but remember, like, I think going to Liverpool, there was like a point between Liverpool and City and Arsenal.
Right.
Maybe we should have been in my outfield when the referee rang. Who referee was Michael Oliver refused to give Liverpool a penalty for that jump kick, that dirty jump kick that Doku put him McAllister rib cage. You remember it? I know you remember it, right?
You don't let me forget it.
I would never let the boy forget it.
Oh
you know
my
what I'm
gosh.
saying? So like
the thing is burned into my memory so much I could literally see him.
For that reason, I still felt Liverpool. I know people Liverpool have favorites, but I thought Liverpool had a squad that was capable.
Exactly, but what did you say? What was the reason that you guys fell off when y'all finished 7 points behind? What was the reason? Injuries. Exactly.
Yeah. But
same
squad
would have been one or two injuries away from not challenging too last season.
But actually, we fell. But remember, you got to put everything in context. Injuries meant we fell off at the end. But injuries didn't kill us necessarily because don't forget, we had injuries throughout that entire season. Jota was out. Salah went to the African Cup of Nations and come back injured. We had various injuries. The problem was that when everybody started to come back again, it was coming to running and it was like, all right, you need to get these guys to hit the ground running. And it was a possible on that occasion. Before then, people were coming back and still doing well. Came back and it's like, all right, we didn't the Oka rhythm. So that's like a different situation as opposed to injuries kill it because the players that replaced them, that was in the squad, they were enough to catch us into the race. You still got to give people credit where, you can't say like they had an injury and everybody and it went completely flat.
No, I still think that Arsenal with 1 or 2 injuries is actually better equipped than y'all would have been last year with 1 or 2 injuries to keep players.
Yeah, but okay, fair enough.
So that tells me that they have a squad. If you're, this is my point. If you are good enough to challenge, you are good enough to win. You are.
But okay, all right, let me phrase. Hold it for this. What you said initially that Arsenal good enough to get beat, but good enough to win is different. It's saying different.
I don't remember that part.
Arsenal good enough to avoid defeat. You heard it here first.
Fair, and that's a good point. But who is that down to?
That long a lot of things. Yes, you won't blame it only on the manager, but I am simply saying, okay, you know what? Arsenal should really change our title. So that we can see Arsenal with different managers to
I would love to see it personally.
Wrong or right. Because my thing is that I just don't think Arsenal has the creative personnel outside of Bukayo. I mean, Bukayo ain't on point. Marissa go help them. They ain't got nothing else.
It's true. But let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
It's true. Let me ask you a question. Oh, and they're really scoring a lot for set pieces this season.
Because every you can't play somebody that can't defend set pieces.
It's true. So let me ask you a question. If Slot was managing Arsenal and Arteta was managing Liverpool, who would win the league?
You see, that's an unfair question. You want to wait? Because you know that I don't really rate Arteta as a manager. Top manager. Me personally, I mean, I give credit for taking Arsenal. Like you said, how far they've come, and they come really far. When he picked them up, there was the more than Champions League qualification necessarily.
I still want to answer to my question.
I know you want to ask a question. I know it's hard to say.
All right, let me rephrase it this way: if Slot was managing Arsenal, would they win the league?
Yeah, but okay, yes. But again, maybe
So
coaching because Slot. I don't think Slot can rely on that. I think Slot can actually coach your man.
Exactly. So then, what does that tell you?
So you think? Wait. But here's the thing: what we critical of? We critical of the fact Arteta. So you're saying that Arteta doesn't? Is it a team selection? Only I'm saying it's not only team selection. I'm saying that the men don't play well enough to create chances, or at least the patterns of play have become stale. I would say that for a long time.
Exactly. So then I go back to that point you made earlier, and it's something we've talked about a lot. That first season when they challenged was their best. They played their best football under Arteta.
Right.
They conceded a lot of goals, yes. More goals, no, because they had that defensive solidity, no. But they played their best football, and that was because the handbrake was off. There was no pressure. There was no expectations. And there was a lot more freedom. So yes, we could say that it has gone stale, but maybe it's also the fact that now he's feeling the pressure. He's more concerned with, I don't want to lose. So I just set out this team and again make sure everybody's drilled well enough to go out there and not lose. So I feel like there's been it could be his coaching, but there's also been a mentality shift where obviously, no, coaching Arsenal, managing Arsenal, there's this expectation, no. Having finished three times in a row, to actually go and win something, no. So his way of doing that is to set the team not to lose. So that's what I'm saying. The fact you can sit there and say that Slot will win the Premier League, that you think Slot can win the Premier League with Arsenal squad, it tells me that the central...
This squad, okay, Missy.
I believe that the central issue is Arteta. Yes, I think he could. Because the thing about Slot, what did you say to me? I can't remember if we said it on air or if you said off air. When I was telling you about how annoying it is that you guys always find a way to win. What did you say? That you play to the end or something like that?
Yeah, I can play here.
Arsenal doesn't do that. Martinelli scored a fantastic goal on Sunday. Fantastic goal. Why all them running in corner celebrating for? Get the damn ball and go and try to win the game.
That's a good example of opinion. But
my point is, Liverpool in that instance are going to get that ball and go because they have a desire to win the game. I just feel like Arsenal are just happy not to lose. And that's why you got all this jubilee. My Martinelli celebrating was a great goal. But wait, all the winner got 4 minutes left. If not, when the game be 5 points behind Liverpool. Why winner in a corner celebrating for?
Okay.
So
I didn't get
the difference
game, right,
in mentality. Slot. But what game it was? Was it? You want to win 3-2 against Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
Who scored the final goal and when it was scored?
Rio.
Remind me.
That was in the 6 minutes.
Exactly. Exactly. Perfect example. Can you really see Arsenal winning that game in that same situation with Arteta as manager? No, because he's going to be happy that they're at 2-2 and they're not losing the game. The difference for me is Slot is not, yes, I believe Slot, he is, I don't want to use the word fearless because that's so, but I use it for now. He is fearless. He is not worried about giving up 2 or 3 chances because he backs his team to go and outscore the opposition. Obviously, he prefer more defensive solidity. But to me, Slot with this Arsenal team would drill it into them, win first. Arteta is don't lose. You understand? You understand the difference I tried to say in the mentality? So that's why I think the squad is there, the players are there, but is the manager with the handbrake? That's my opinion.
Keep telling me the squad there. I don't know. I still have question marks over Martinelli.
Me too.
I also have question marks over Havertz. You know this?
Me too.
Definitely got question marks over Madueke.
Me too.
Gyökeres.
No, I ain't seen enough of him, so I can't say.
I don't think he's fit. I don't think he's fit still.
Definitely.
And again,
that's obvious.
everyone want to say he's not fit still because you could argue that Haaland in the city didn't fit still either.
But they adapted.
But they create chances.
Arsenal
doesn't. And then, like I said, Bukayo Saka football dead. Dog dead, you know.
It's true.
No, people will say that Salah's a big part. And they did say Liverpool be different without Trent. But like you said, if Salah don't create, at least somebody of late stepping up. Something happening again. Macau said shop.
Salah didn't really start the season like how.
And he hasn't been playing well either.
Yeah.
So but that my only issue because I still think that Slot might do better. Slot might do be a little better.
He won't be 5 points
in mentality for sure, maybe.
I just want to see mid-season where they are, and then I want to see at the end of the season where they are and what they do. I really want to see Arsenal with a different manager, like you said. It will really be the proof of the pudding because this is just if, ands, buts, and maybes. But I just believe that watching Arsenal is just, and don't get me wrong, being hard to beat is great, but you got like you say, it's like they don't create much.
Because Arsenal is a pragmatic team.
Agreed. Very much so.
I don't know. But the defense is very solid. The midfield got a lot of decent parts in it. Rice, Odegaard, I guess. Yeah, Rice, Odegaard. Zubimendi is a nice player. And Richard with Marino. I guess he could play a role occasionally.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I call about 3-4 million as me down for 9. That's why I don't think. I still feel like I would still fancy City or fancy Liverpool in that forward area.
Yeah.
Above
me too.
them.
I
And
agree.
that's my only issue. So when you say they're going up for me, like, yeah, like a challenge, yes, but I don't know.
We spent all this time talking about Arsenal, we talk about City.
Oh yeah, City. You're right. My bad. What is your take on City?
City defense is vulnerable, but attacking ways they'll always be there. That's why ultimately, when I did my predictions at the beginning of the season, that's why I still put City above Chelsea, because I think, I don't trust their defense much, but to me their attack will all. And when you got a guy like Haaland, come on.
I think it's very. I think the problem that City really got in defense for the most part is that of late they've had a lot of injuries in the defensive line, and it means that Pep has had to chop and change.
But also City's failure to. Kusanov played left back on Sunday.
He didn't play right back.
O'Reilly played left back.
O'Reilly played left back, yeah.
So Aitner is injured, but again, I'm surprised they didn't solve that right back issue in summer too.
I guess so too. I was surprised to see that they're still playing like the boy.
Rico Lewis.
Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis plays there sometimes, but then there's another Portuguese guy.
Oh, Nunez,
right? That plays there. I'm surprised. Right, so I'm surprised that they didn't buy out and out right back and try to slot in that position.
So then their issue seems to be magnified too when they have, like you say, they have different defensive issues. Like sometimes the centre backs ain't the most fit. So then their defense is it feels like it's changing week to week.
But I felt like the back five that they had against Arsenal was a good back five.
Yeah, it was.
And it came a couple minutes away from actual minutes.
It's true.
Because I think Kusanov at right, but I think he could play there. I think he did a relatively good job.
That goal is Donnarumma's fault though.
I didn't see the goal, no.
I
haven't seen the goal.
I know he doing it out there for.
I haven't seen the goal. I haven't seen his goal. I haven't seen that goal. I haven't seen Rashford goal against Newcastle.
That was nice.
Marcus, man. Purple patch footballer.
That was nice. My father asked me when I can talk about Rashford on the podcast. I said, talk about what? Let me talk about when he actually shows the consistency. It's only been 5 games.
Purple patch footballer, man.
Exactly. So
Rashford.
Good goal though.
Marcus don't mind me here. Just don't hate jump.
Great goal.
But yeah, so I haven't seen the goal that City conceded. But nevertheless, do you think either of these teams, Arsenal or City, catches Liverpool?
No, not at this stage. I think 5 points is not insurmountable. Definitely not. It's not. Mm-hmm. My fear is when y'all actually start playing or putting. Let me not say it's not y'all are playing bad.
Exactly.
Y'all aren't putting together full 90s.
Correct.
When y'all start putting together full 90s, by then that's the scary part. Whenever putting together complete games and perfect, what is going to happen when y'all put together complete games?
I would say last 2 or 3 games we had good 45s.
Exactly. So that's my thing. I just don't think at this stage that they're going to catch y'all. I think y'all will slip.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Can the other team? Can't you? But can the other teams capitalize? I
actually, when it comes to predictions, where you see that I actually have a game there that I think Liverpool drop points in.
Let me see if it's the same one.
Actually, even this weekend.
Listen to me, right? Listen to me. I cannot. What's the game that you thought Liverpool's gonna drop points in?
I think they're gonna drop points in? Chelsea. Okay, at Stamford Bridge. You are hilarious. We're not gonna win at Stamford Bridge.
You are hilarious.
We ain't get beat though, but it may draw. But
you are hilarious.
Which was the game that you think may drop points? Palace.
I'm more see when they're dropping points at Palace than at Chelsea.
Why you don't see me dropping points at Chelsea?
Because my side is a joke side at the moment. I'm being serious.
That's all you want.
Just before international break too?
Yes, you guys are a joke side occasionally.
Listen to me. I am allowed to call my side a joke side, not you.
Listen, in the interest of truth, I can call them what it is. Sometimes from time to time. But the thing is, right? Whenever Liverpool come to town, when it's race from the game, you know this.
But that's the sickening part.
When it's almost the reverse of what you always do against Man Utd.
It is irritating.
Whenever Liverpool come to town, Chelsea start play football.
Let me not get upset. Moving on. So what do you think? Do you think that City and Arsenal can catch y'all eventually? 5
games gone, so I think they can.
Will they?
Exactly. Will they is the question. I think they can though. But again, it depends on Liverpool. Because then their capacity to catch Liverpool depends on if Liverpool can keep on winning games. Exactly. If Liverpool keep on winning games, nobody's catching them. Obviously.
I'm actually worried that we're not going to get invincible this season.
Marissa.
I am serious. Like, honestly, I cannot. Like, again, y'all are not putting together. I cannot sit here and be like, that game Liverpool player was up. No, it's like moments, halves, what is going to happen when y'all put together.
I want you to rest assured, right, that we will not go invincible.
Right.
You know what you all should be worried about? You talk about when people are put together performances. You know what you all should be really worried about? Couple things. Worried that Salah might actually start playing good again.
Exactly.
Worried that Isaac eventually get fit and he could finish.
Exactly.
And when our boy Fernworth settled right, because people I've seen people criticizing Fernworth like, oh,
Rightfully so.
Christopher Cox calling me every day.
Rightfully so. You know why?
Tell me
Not
why.
because I don't think he's a good player, but my thing is that football has started this pattern where when a big money signing comes on and doesn't hit the ground right away, they criticize them. So he shouldn't be object to it. Caicedo had it.
No. I'm not saying he should
But
be
in
objective.
my personal perspective,
Right.
of course he'll come good.
It's not that he'll come good, right? I think what
player.
people football. Okay, you mentioned a couple of things. One direction that football has gone in of late too is that people put a lot of emphasis on the stats,
Yes.
goals and assists, and because he hasn't
There's
gone
so
on goals and
much
assists yet, people ain't watching the game with the eyes because you can see things that he trying. No, not every single game, because I have some games that for sure you can see clearly he struggled to adapt to the pace of the game and the intensity. Because like for example, when you get the ball, he got no time on the ball, right? In the Premier League, that is.
Right.
But there are other games in the Premier League that you can see. If I could think of one. Bournemouth, Arsenal, in centre half. You can see that you see certain things that he's doing, right? And it's like, when he started figuring it out, and that started coming off.
But that's my thing. Look at what
There's
you're
trouble.
saying. You're talking about when your best player starts to play well, and when your two record signing comes to the party. Again.
I watched that see when McAllister get fit too.
Okay, so you are not. This proving my point. Like it is scary for the rest of the league.
I ain't trying to disprove your point. I'm just trying to say that I don't think we'll go invincible.
They want to get invincible, and Arsenal can't have that to themselves though.
Listen, right?
I would like it just for that. Honestly.
I don't want it for that. Because you know Arsenal fans say them is the only team that got a gold trophy.
So no, I can't want that.
I don't want to be invincible. I just want to win the trophy.
Fair enough.
Maybe you're right. That's what you meant in terms of difference between mentality. I just want a trophy. I can't be invincible.
Exactly. Difference in mentality.
Anyhow.
Anyways, let me take a quick break for our sponsors because we've gotten very carried away in these conversations. So
As
let's
it
take
should be. This is a good sign though.
It's
You
true.
should keep this energy next week. Well, week after next.
Well,
And beyond.
week after next, we're coming back here after Chelsea Liverpool. I didn't know we'll start from Roman and Gaby. But anyways,
Exactly the energy that you want to hear about.
let's take a break for a word from our sponsors. Whole Health Pharmacy, located in Jordan's Complex, Speightstown, St. Peter, carries a variety of products to take care of you and your health. Essential oils, muscle rubs, and the run-of-the-mill medications. And definitely don't forget your vitamins. Vinci Sea Salt, air humidifiers, tumblers, and women's havens pads too. We got it all for you. Don't forget your Barbados and natural Vinci snacks. So for sure you're gonna keep coming back. Ever hear about structured water? Well, tell your son, tell your daughter. Whole Health Pharmacy. More than a pharmacy, we take care of you and your health. And we're back. So, leaderboard and predictions.
Was he current status?
I am leading 9-8.
Oh yeah, you lean it. We gave a result you predicted that was before better me.
We both had 2 correct results. But that week, there was a week where I think I only get the extra point because I predicted a win for Arsenal against Forest and you predicted a draw. I think that was where I get my extra point.
Arsenal beat first?
3-0.
Oh.
But anyways, you got Liverpool Everton correct, 2-1 correct score, and I got Brighton Spurs 2-2.
I have Brandon win that game, right?
I can't remember, but yeah, or Spurs.
I know I predicted some boy win it.
Yeah, you did.
I think it was Brighton though.
1-2. So yeah, it's tight. I ain't getting my present from last season, but you know.
The present was that he was able to be there on August 16th and watch a good man make that step.
How is that a gift to me? He's so confused. How
you were able to keep a memory. Listen, that gift was priceless. That's the best gift you can give anybody. Right shot. Exactly. Best gift you could give anybody. A priceless gift. I ain't you saying, man. Over.
I want to make a comment about your wedding speech, though.
About my wedding speech.
Let's just say it could have been shorter.
Everybody know that. I know that. It could be shorter for true.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Wasn't horrible, it's just no.
Oh boy, I get carried away there.
You think? I was like, I wasn't even surprised, to be honest. But that's who you are. I really appreciate that you just try to, not to glaze you or anything, but you're the type of guy that you always like to show appreciation to people. So I've actually never been at a wedding where the groom just felt the need to just thank like everybody individually. So I know that's what you want to do because you want to show appreciation for everybody. It was cool. But yeah.
It was a plan.
That's just it.
Like,
We could
I
tell.
didn't plan it,
We
right?
could tell. I actually started up and was like, this man's a teacher, because where's the preparation? But yeah.
I was on vacation.
It was cool though. It was nice that you really tried to single out everybody. But anyways, moving on. Back to the topic of hand.
Yes, please.
Oh gosh. Predictions.
Yeah, give me a second there so I can pull these.
No problem.
I really need to document my predictions, because
I already got
I feel
everything.
you carry points from me.
I do not. I sit down here. You sit so all the time. I sit down here and I just
because
write
I
down.
really question the validity
Oh my gosh.
of these scores, right? After 2 years on the boats, she tried to tell me that she had beat me twice in a row. Anyhow.
It's 9-8. It's like nothing in it.
And then eventually you can sort of...
Oh my gosh.
Start creating space. Anyway, early kickoff on Saturday morning. Brentford host United.
Honestly, right, I think I had I wasn't expecting Brentford to be okay this season. I felt losing 2 key players, manager, everything. But I've watched a few of their games, not only Chelsea one. They seem like a side that can be hard to beat, in my opinion. They don't... You can't tell that they've lost 3 key players. You can't, and a key manager.
Right.
All that being said, I think Man U may feel buoyed. And this may be the first time they win back-to-back on the Amorim. But I'm still going to go with 2-1 Brentford.
Okay. So, a couple of things. I think that Brentford is a very, very smartly run club.
They really are.
Similar to like Bournemouth and Brighton. So it's like,
I'm jealous.
very, 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 very intelligent appointments in terms of FNA changes or even acquisitions in each market.
Yeah.
I also must say this. I never thought Brentford would have been in trouble.
I did though. I did.
Brentford got a couple of Liverpool players, Kelleher, Henderson, even dare I say Fabio Carvalho.
You on for that?
I ain't right for that.
I didn't realize he scored the equalizer, right? I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh.
Listen,
disgusting.
the voice note I sent Christopher Cotton, sorry,
Disgusting.
pointing out that point. But anyway,
Disgusting.
I think that this game will be a draw. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Not a bad show. I was thinking so too, but not a bad show.
But we haven't had Brentford, man. Apart from the fact you would get points. Next game.
But you know sometimes not to stray. You know sometimes I struggle with that, Like, I think of it, I do think you predicted a Brighton win,
I think so,
because
yeah.
I was like, I
really
want Brighton win, But then like, no, but that means Andrew will get the points. It's be rough.
Alright, so our next game is Chelsea at home to Brighton. Speaking of Brighton.
Oh, Jesus.
So, is Marissa's prediction going to reflect the fact that Chelsea are Joe's side?
I went for us last time.
I knew you did.
I need time to think.
I recall.
I need time to think.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea win.
Brighton always want to put some past Chelsea, Can't wait all the players. Can't wait the joke sporting directors that we could have left across there. Brighton haven't been bad since they didn't start the season well, but they kind of picked it recently. I think this is going to be a tough game, but I ain't go 2-1 as well.
Okay. To you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know on what evidence, but...
All right. The next game on the lineup, Palace hosting Liverpool.
I think this can be the first game on the drop points. Honestly, I think Palace look good this season. Unless, okay, so I think two things can happen. This can either be a 1-1, or y'all will get a own goal by Mark Gahey in the 90th minute to win 1-0. But I ain't going 1-1.
Okay. I actually saying to myself that I owe Palace one for that, for putting the plug on the gate. He did like 11 forward. So I'm gonna go for 2-1 Liverpool win.
Okay. But
I actually think it's a very. I actually am not confident. I actually think it's a very, very difficult game, and I can't see us drawing that game as well.
Honestly, Palace have been better than they expected to as well. For sure.
Same.
For sure.
All right. Next game on our lineup: City hosting Burnley at home.
Joke game.
So I think that City will build on their point against Arsenal. A point gain rather than 2 drop. If you listen to the pundits. So how vulnerable City is. So I'm going to go for 3-0 City win.
Alright, again 4-0.
Alright. And then the late game on Saturday, Tottenham at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Spurs to win 3-0. I know it wasn't my time, but Wolves look really bad. They look really bad this season. I worry about them. You had them relegated, right?
Yeah. I have Spurs to win this 1-2-1.
Yeah. Definitely. Wolves look really poor though. Really poor. It's sad. I never predict Spurs win on this thing.
Oh, and the next day, Sunday.
Well, you sound so excited.
You have a big one.
Oh,
Arsenal
yes.
Newcastle.
That is so... Oh, gosh.
I go first this time, right?
Newcastle scored for the season?
Yeah.
No, it's a way that they haven't scored. Okay. Yeah, you go first.
Newcastle at home to Arsenal. Walter Made versus Gyökeres.
That man said that Havertz is his favorite Prem player.
Who said that?
I swear I hear people saying that he's just a whoever
Walter
is
Made?
putting it, yeah. If he's so right?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did,
I hope that's just trolling.
But I'm gonna back Eddie Howe. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw, which does Arsenal no favors, and that's how it should be.
I am going with what I want rather than what I think. I think I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Newcastle win.
That's what you want?
Yeah.
Well.
I think I wanted Arsenal to lose on Sunday, because I knew, like, their fans are so irritating. If they had lost 2 out of the first 5, I would have loved to hear what they would have thought. Losing 2 out of the first 5, no matter who it's against, when you're supposed to be getting for the title, is poor.
Yes.
But I think Newcastle have been okay, despite losing Isak. I think Walter Made only scored once, right?
Yes.
Season?
Yeah.
Right.
So far.
But they've been okay. They haven't been bad. And St. James Park, it would have been bad if it was a late kickoff on the Saturday, but St. James Park and Arsenal tend to struggle there too. Last couple of seasons haven't been great there. So I think 2-1 Newcastle is a pressure game for sure. So yeah. Well, it's surprised me if Arsenal nick a 1-0 though, but yeah.
Right. So following that.
Again, made such a joke.
Following that, next weekend, because we guess we could do 2 weekends.
Yeah.
So early kickoff on the 4th of October. We have Leeds hosting Tottenham Hotspur.
This is a bold prediction, but I fancy Leeds.
Scoring?
2-1.
I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Not a bad shot. I definitely think Leeds get some hit on this game for sure, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, next game. This should be a banker. Arsenal will get back to winning ways against West Ham.
Oh, that wasn't in that. That wasn't in next game on my list. I was like, this game's a banker, but yeah, for sure, sure.
So yeah, I going 3-0 Arsenal win.
It depends on if Potter gets sacked before then. Who West Ham playing this weekend?
I didn't check.
Because they said they're already talking about replacements.
West Ham.
So let me see who they're playing this weekend first. Before we make this prediction.
West Ham against weekend. West Ham playing Monday. Apologies, my Wi-Fi moving. Well, not Wi-Fi, sorry. Yeah, they play Everton on Monday.
Oh, wait?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that ain't nearly coffee. Yeah, he ain't definitely yet out for that game. But still, though, I fancy Arsenal to win this, like, 4-0.
Okay.
What you said? What was
3.
your prediction?
Said 3?
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Every time you say 3, it's good 4.
Yeah, I know. Because you're hoping that, somehow luck favors the brave and somebody get a little tapping that in.
So this is the game I thought you was saying was a banker.
Man, you were saying?
Yeah.
But in fairness, right, that should be a banker too.
It won't be.
Alright, so
I predict a little plucky team,
I realize. And like the more thing okay, right? I am tempted to say that Sunderland will cause an upset. But I don't want, I'm almost tentative to be that brave and that bold. But what do you think? Because you gotta go first. It's really your turn.
I might well draw. I feel like they have the capacity to win. But I ain't that brave to say that. I game will draw. I game 1-1.
I haven't seen the Sunderland game for the year, 'Cause I think if I saw Sunderland play, I would more have a feeling for if I think they can win or not. I've seen obviously the results have been quite impressive.
Actually, these results haven't been bad. So they may win that weekend.
They might have.
I think they beat Wolves, but everybody beat Wolves. Everybody beat Wolves. So
far.
Yeah.
So they hit at home to Sunderland. Granted Xhaka.
Oh gosh. Capitan.
Alright, A and B safe and go 1-1 as well.
Man, you gave me this game for sure since we both went well draw.
I feel so too. Right. And the big game on Saturday.
We could do Brentford City first, please. Thanks.
That's on Sunday. But go ahead, sure.
It's your turn to go first for Brentford City. But no, that means I gotta go first for Chelsea Liverpool.
Yeah.
Anyways, it ain't matter. Brentford City.
Brentford City. Me? Brentford at home to City. I'm gonna go. But then I gave it. Okay.
I'm doing bear jump with these predictions.
I am gonna go for a. That's a difficult game to call. Cause Brentford are a good side at home.
I already put in no way think you can say so.
Right, we think it's it.
But I ain't telling you.
I'm gonna go for a 1-0 City win.
I went 2-1 City. Well, I think that's I thought that was what you were gonna go with. But 1-0 though, I fancy Brentford to score at home. I gave 2-2.
Okay.
That's a poor. I think City can win that game though.
I think City can win the game, but I just think it'll be a close game. So
yeah.
Alright, a big game on Saturday.
Oh, Lord Jesus, why does this? I mean, Saturday kickoff big games it just never work out well.
This game that gonna determine whether or not Marissa have a good weekend or not. I know I can have a good weekend regardless. But this is a game that will determine how Marissa feels, how Marissa enters church on Sunday. Shot beware. You know what I'm saying? She come in a little grouchy. You know what happened? Forgive she. All right. So yes, Miss Chandler. What says you?
I really want to say a Chelsea win, but I just can't see it happening. I mean, it would be the bravest thing to do, and it would be so brave to back Chelsea to beat Liverpool, but would they really be defending? And then when they walk out with Isak, Ekitike, Salah, Wirtz. Oh, Lord. It could be a long day, boy. But you know what? This is not what I believe will happen, but this is what I will say. I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea.
That is spirit. That is my spirit.
Shut your mouth.
That is spirit.
You just say so because you want points.
You know what I'll give you? No, I think that Chelsea are very, very. You was a voice. I think that Chelsea are very capable of winning this game. A difficult team. Good team at home. Yeah.
I really want to stab you, honestly.
But nevertheless, I actually think, in all fairness, that this will be the game that Liverpool drop point thing. So I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. You know?
Well, I suspect we both will be wrong. So you know what that means.
That'll be perfect. All right.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be a long look. Anyways, I don't know how much can change in just a week. Anyways, football is depressing again.
Is it? I mean, I've been having a grand time.
I just had an image of me just taking this up and throwing it at you across your room.
That's assault.
Anyways, we have come to the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long day.
We can make this a meme. I want you to edit that and send me that clip.
You will do no such thing.
I will do that. Listen, May 7th, 2026. That's your birthday video. Keep going.
Anyways, this has been the end of a very... You know what I like about our podcast? It's very therapeutic. Like, I didn't know I had all that pent up anger to Chelsea, and now I get home more at peace now that I've gotten it all out.
And I can't wait till October when the game playing for.
Shut up.
To bring back, to refill that tank with some more pent up aggression.
Just shut up.
I'm just saying.
I give you a compliment and you just had to. Ugh. Anyways, but yes, this has been another great episode. Convergences of opinion, divergences of opinion, as it should be. But, you know, continue to like, share, subscribe, follow us, the Dugout _podcast, Spirit Light Studios, our setup, and of course, Whole Health Pharmacy, our sponsor. Marissa Simone, 91.
And Drew, 9106.
Yeah. So yeah, join us again next time and make sure to leave a comment. We don't get a lot of comments on our videos.
We don't.
Yeah. We would like some though.
The first comment that anybody should leave, I recommend, is tell Marissa to calm down. You know, leave that for her.
You see, but that literally had to pause and take a deep breath when we're
because when I get passionate, I speak quickly. It had nothing to do with my emotion.
Fair enough. The say is don't tell a black woman to calm down. Is that you saying?
I would not know.
Oh, okay. I swear you see that somewhere. Anyways, we strain. So thank you, and see you again in 2 weeks, where we will see who has won the Dugout Podcast Derby.
Are we calling it?
Yeah, I've called it that for a while.
How much have you won in the Derby so far?
Probably only one, Andrew. You know that as well.
You mean this one? Man, I already bring it to. Yeah.
See you again
I remember now.
Next